So you want to get great at sales? Okay, first things first, forget everything you think you know. Today, we are going to dive into Wendy Connick's Sales 101 and really uncover the real secrets to success. You ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, honest question. When I say the word salesperson, what image pops into your head? Is it that slick, fast-talking character, the one from the movies? Well, what if I told you that in the real world, that person, they almost never win?
And this right here, this piece of wisdom, it just completely flips that whole stereotype on its head, doesn't it? See, great selling isn't about talking, it's about listening. It's about understanding a customer's problem so deeply that honestly, the solution practically sells itself.
So here's the roadmap for our journey today. First, we'll look at the DNA of a great salesperson. Then, we'll go on a quest to find customers, figure out how to turn no into yes, master the art of the close, and finally, explore what happens after the handshake.
All right, let's jump right into the foundation, the salesperson's DNA. Look, real, lasting success isn't about a bunch of clever tricks. It's about core personal qualities. You should really think of them as your secret weapons.
So what's the most important trait of all? Honesty. The source material is crystal clear on this. You always put the customer first. You're not there to just push a product, you're there to solve a real problem. Think of yourself like a doctor or a firefighter. Your job is to help. Next up, empathy. And this is all about making a true connection. You see, empathetic salespeople are master listeners. They ask these big, open-ended questions to genuinely understand what's going on. When you actually care about helping, the right solution just emerges. And trust me, the customer feels that authenticity.
And finally, we have persistence. Now hold on, because this is not about being pushy. Not at all. It's about building trust, little by little, over time. It can take dozens of touch points, an email, a helpful social media post, to earn a customer's business. The key is to be consistently helpful, not consistently annoying. Huge difference.
Okay, so you've got the DNA down. Now for the million-dollar question. Where do you find the people you can help? Well, welcome to the modern prospecting quest.
Oh yeah, the tools have definitely evolved. I mean, we've traded in those old rotary phones and Rolodexes for social networks and powerful software. But here's the thing, the core mission hasn't changed one bit. It's still all about making a genuine human connection.
Your modern toolkit is, well, it's digital. You've got to use platforms like LinkedIn to build your professional network. You need to craft strategic emails that offer real value. And hey, don't be afraid of the phone. A well-placed cold call is still, believe it or not, one of the most effective tools you have.
So you've made contact, but then you hear it. An objection. I'm not interested, or it's too expensive. This next section is all about turning those roadblocks into opportunities.
Now this is a huge mindset shift, so lean in here. An objection is not a rejection. I'll say it again, it's not a rejection. It's actually a sign of engagement. It means the customer's thinking, they're processing, and they have questions. Your job is simply to provide the answers.
Let's run through a couple of the classics, rapid-fire style. First up, the big one. It's too expensive. What do you do when you hear this? Simple. You pivot from price to value. Price is what they pay, value is what they get. You have to show them how your solution will save them time, make them money, or solve a massive problem for them. When the value is high enough, the price is no longer the main issue.
All right, here's another common hurdle, the classic stall. I need to think about it. Man, this one can feel like a dead end, but I promise you, it's actually an invitation.
When a customer says this, it means they're close, but something is holding them back. Your job is to find out what it is. Just ask directly. I understand. What are the main concerns you're thinking through? This is your golden chance to address their final doubts and get things moving.
So, you've built the relationship, you've handled the objections, and now we arrive at the climax of the sales journey, the close. But, again, it's not what you think. This isn't about some clever line or a high-pressure tactic.
The close should feel like the most natural next step in the conversation. It's the logical conclusion when you've genuinely solved a customer's problem. That handshake isn't the end of a fight, it's the start of a partnership.
So what's the ultimate closing technique? Well, according to the source, it's confidence. And I don't mean arrogance, not at all. I mean a deep, genuine belief in the value of what you're offering. When you are truly convinced that your solution will help the customer, that quiet confidence is more persuasive than any sales trick ever invented.
And that brings us right to our final section. Because the best salespeople know that the handshake isn't the finish line. Nope. In many ways, it's actually the starting line.
So what comes next? You deepen the relationship. You follow up to make sure they're happy and getting results. And you know what? A satisfied customer brings you repeat business, and, even better, they bring you referrals.
Ultimately, Sales 101 teaches us that selling isn't a transaction. It's a process of building. You're building trust, building relationships, and building value. So the final question isn't what did you sell, it's what will you build from here. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.